Are you a first-time home buyer and you want to buy a house but you don't know where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what steps you need to take to be as ready as possible to make that purchase. And we're going to get into it right now. If this is your first time to the channel or you just started your search for your first home, I need you to do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, make sure you never miss out on what's happening in the market. I get phone calls and text messages and emails from clients just like you all the time asking this very simple question: what is it going to take to get my first home? Whether you're looking to buy right now or in 90 days, send me a text, shoot me an email, give me a call. I would love to have a conversation and help you out today. The biggest question I get from first-time home buyers is always, where do we start? Do we find the home first or do we find the money first? Well, my position, and one you're going to find from a lot of realtors, is let's find the money first. Let's make sure that you know what your budget is, what you can afford, so that you are in the best place to look at the homes that fit your needs specifically. There are 3 levels of approval that we're going to look to get you to put you into that home. The first and the lowest barrier to entry is going to be a pre-qualification. The second, which is really the bare bones minimum for most people selling their home, is going to be a pre-approval. Now the last, this is the golden standard, and I honestly don't see it enough, but it's what I'm always going to strive for, is a conditional approval. Let's break each of these down in a little bit more detail. The most basic level is a pre-qualification. This is nothing more than you having a conversation with me as your loan officer to see how much do you make, how much can you afford, where do you think your credit score is at, what does your past income look like, and based on the information you're giving me, I can ballpark qualify you for an amount. But that's just it. My qualification is only as good as the information I've received. Again, this pre-qualification is based on nothing more than what you as a borrower have told me as a loan officer. There's no documents, there's nothing in proof, there's nothing in writing to back this up. And based on my experience, these offers, they're the least likely to get accepted by sellers because there's no factual documentation to support what you're telling me. Doesn't mean you're not telling me the truth, we just can't prove it, which is what's always going to make sellers a little bit nervous about offers that only have a pre-qualification. Next is a pre-approval, which is the most popular option, and one that, based on a recent survey, 86% of sellers said they would pick over a pre-qualification. 86%! There's some really important reasons why. Let me explain those reasons to you. First, there's factual documentation. When we get a pre-approval, we're going to pull your credit file in. We're going to see exactly what liabilities from a revolving standpoint and an installment or loan standpoint are on your credit. We're going to know exactly what's on there so we can have the most accurate debt to income ratio for that pre-approval. We're also going to pull in some really important documents. We're going to pull in 30 days of your most recent pay stubs. We're going to take a look at the last 2 months of your bank statements to make sure that the money you need to close on that home is in there and it's been in there for a while. If you have a huge income of money that comes in 15 days ago, we're gonna have to source those funds. It's about making sure that the story makes sense. We're also gonna look at your W-2s for the last 2 years. We've gotta see, hey, not just what does your income look like today, is there a continuation and a likelihood of your ability to make that income in the future based on what you've made in the past. Lastly, we're gonna pull your photo ID in because we gotta make sure that you are who you say you are and all those things match up. So again, 4 really important pieces of information at a bare minimum. Doesn't mean these are the only pieces, but at a bare minimum. 30 days pay stubs, 2 months of your bank statements, 2 years of W-2s, and your photo ID, plus we're gonna pull your credit file in. That is the bare bones minimum that we have to issue a pre-approval. Makes sense why 86% of sellers would prefer that over a simple pre-qualification. And finally, we have the golden standard, the conditional approval. So you may be thinking, well, Josiah, what's the difference between a conditional approval and a pre-approval? Well, there's a really important difference. Not only are we going to take all of those different things we did in your pre-approval, we've got your W-2s, we've got your bank statements, we have the pay stubs, we've pulled your credit. We're going to take that entire package of information, we're going to actually submit that file to the lender, to the bank, and have them run it through the automated underwriting system to get an approval with conditions. What are conditions? It's really simple. The condition is, hey, don't go spend a whole bunch more money and increase your liabilities. The condition is, hey, do you still work at this company that has these pay stubs? The condition is, hey, does that bank still have the money that the statement you gave us have? So those are types of conditions. When you have a conditional approval, you're the most qualified buyer that you're going to see. And here's how that's going to play out in a real life situation. Say you're at the table and you want this house. It's in the right neighborhood, it's in the right school district, it fits what you need, and there's 3 different buyers. One has a pre-qualification, one has a pre-approval, which is the most popular. They think they're sitting pretty, and you come in with a conditional approval, meaning you've already been through underwriting and been conditionally approved. You're going to have the most powerful offer. You're going to have the strongest offer in the eyes of the seller because you've already completed the first step of getting your loan done while the pre-approval hasn't. It's a huge difference, and especially in a competitive market, it's a really important and easy way to differentiate yourself as a first-time buyer to make sure you get the home that you want at the price that you want. Let's circle back to where we started this entire conversation. Do you start by finding the home or finding the money? Hopefully after this information, you understand why I'm always going to say let's get the financial aspects of this purchase sorted out first with a pre-approval so that you can get the home that you want. Now what? Well, it's real simple. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or if you're ready right now to have this conversation, go in the description below, book 15 minutes with me so that we can figure out what your circumstances are, what you're wanting to do, what you want to accomplish, and whether a pre-approval or a conditional approval makes the most sense so that you can be in the strongest possible position to buy that first home of yours. My name is Josiah Burge with Anchor Home Mortgage. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.